Good morning, YouTube fuckers. Good morning, YouTube. How are you fuckaroonies going today? It's the ArchieLuxury live streaming channel. That's correct, guys. We're here, we're live, we're on the air. So it's all pretty good. It's all very good today. What's new? What's new? What's new? I gotta tell you, man, we had a fantastic yesterday. I don't know what to say. It just went absolutely crazy. It went crazy. You don't ever expect it to go that well, but it did. It did. It went absolutely crazy. So I don't know what to say, man. It is absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. That's all I can say. Fan-fucking-tastic. Michael Antonio's a great guy. He's a great guy. He's really he's cool. He really, it makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference indeed. So it's all happening. It's all happening. So that is the situation. That is the situation. It's all good. It's all very good there. What's happening in the world of wristwatches? Well, guys, I tell you the truth. I'm feeling a bit more at ease. I feel a lot more calmer. Things have, yesterday I was paid to ring the buyer and just check. Oh, here we go. Ed Venus G, $2 for super chat. Thank you, Ed Venus. Ed Venus. I gotta tell you, man. Gotta tell you. Gotta tell you. It is fantastic news. Fantastic news. It's gotta hurt, man. It's gotta hurt. I rang him up. He's got all the boxes, got all the tools, got everything. He's only worn it a couple of times. I'm excited. I'm really wanting to get back my world time. Yes, I am. I want to get it back. I want to get it back. I want to get it back. That's what's happening. I love my watches. I do love my watches. That's what I do love. I love the watches. Wristwatch fuckers. I love my watches. I love my watches. I do. I really do love my watches. If a little piece of metal can make, piece of gold in Patek's case, if it can make you happy, man, just go for it. Just go for it. That's the way to go, man. If a little bit of gold can make you happy, just go for it. That's the secret, man. That's the secret. That's the way to do things. I made a video yesterday, Paul Thorpe. Welcome back. Paul Thorpe is he was the watch dealer who he's come back into doing the vids, and I love his Cockney accent. I love that accent. It's really cool accent, and he's a cool guy. I like his vids. I noticed he doesn't cheat like some YouTubers do. YouTubers will do anything to get ahead. It's kind of awful. I just like to be. I like to try and make it on my own.
Pontiff.
Hey, how
man,
are
thanks
you?
for having me on. Hey, this is Ron. I'm the shrink.
You're the shrink. You're the doctor.
That's it.
So tell me your story. Tell the crowd the story.
I've had basically an autistic obsession with watches thanks to your channel and others for pretty much 5 years. I was shit broke through medical school, so
Yeah.
Basically got very, familiar with the shitter market. That's probably pretty much my expertise is the sub 1,000 shitter market. But just love your channel. I think you're hysterical. And you have encyclopedic knowledge of watches. So
Hey,
big
no
fan,
worries.
man.
That's cool, man. So tell me this, man. What watches do you own? What do you own yourself there?
So I just started making a tiny bit of money about a year ago, so it's not fantastic at this point.
Yep.
I have the Tudor North Flag with the steel integrated bracelet, which is my favorite Tudor.
I love the North Flag. It's a great watch. Hey, by the way, man, I just got a Black Bay in, got a Black Bay, Tudor Black Bay, and it pains me. I might have to sell it next week, but I'm even thinking about asking my dad for a loan to see if I can keep it. I don't like asking parents for money.
Yeah. Does that have the ETA in it?
No, it's got the in-house, the 70-hour power reserve in-house.
Yeah, so I have the one with the ETA, and I'm actually getting rid of it.
Well, they're more collectible.
Yeah, they're about $500 more. So you can flip them on eBay pretty easily for about $3,500, $3,600.
Yeah.
And I've grown to fucking hate the thing, so I'm getting rid of it.
What's that?
The whole faux vintage, faux patina thing.
Oh, I don't mind that. I don't mind it.
Yeah, it was cool for a while. It's just if you're gonna have something for 3 Gs, I want it to be a thing, not symbolizing another thing.
But
so I'm getting rid of it.
At least it's waterproof. It's like getting, they reissue a classic car, right?
Yeah.
At least the bastard will start. It doesn't drip oil everywhere. It's got good brakes. It's got good brakes. It's got good. Everything is pollution. It's modern standards. Seat belts. I got to be honest with you. Vintage can be a real bitch. I've owned some of these pieces. And it can be really tough. It can be really tough.
Oh, I've gotten fucked multiple times.
So you got the North Flag. What else have you got? Tell me this.
So I've got the North Flag. I've got the Burgundy Black Bay with the ETA movement. I'm getting rid of that.
Oh, don't be so quick. Just slow down.
I just flipped a vintage super compressor. It was a Benris. So it was an American brand. I got that thing for like $600 in medical school, and those have exploded. I got rid of it. I sold it for $15.
Yeah, what are you buying?
I don't know yet. I have I think that with everything other than Rolex being shit, now is the time to buy low in some brands that I really love, I think.
Actually, here's a good question. Louis Toledo, $5 super chat. Arch, top 3 watches with ETA movements. Well, I would have to jump in and say Black Bay, Tudor Black Bay, #1. Okay, the ETA version. What else is a great watch with an ETA movement? I'd have to say I'd have to say the North Flag next. You mentioned the North Flag. What else would you actually do?
The Mark 5th. I like the IWC watches a lot.
IWC uses a lot of the Valjoux 77. They're going over to Sellita because they can't get hold of the Valjoux movement. I agree with you. I'd say the third thing would be IWC, and a fourth thing, because I really cheated by having 2 Tudors, another ETA. ETA, we mean ETA, we mean Valjoux, don't we?
No, I'm not sure, actually. I think ETA is just ETA.
Yeah, are we because they're owned by the same conglomerate, ETA and Valjoux. I'd have to say a 4-digit Daytona because they used a Valjoux 727 movement.
Yeah, I think when people talk about ETA movements, it's just the mass-produced.
I know, but I was just trying to be a smart ass.
There you go.
I wanted to be a smart ass.
Well, there you go.
There you go. That's what I'm trying to do, is just kind of, because you got to remember, for as good as these watches are, in-house, sometimes there's nothing wrong. Those 4-digit plastic Daytonas are amazing watches. The Paul Newman, that's the Paul Newman. Those plastic Daytonas. Hey, we got the Doc on. We got 2 Docs. Hey, Doc, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We've got another Doc here. He wanted to come on.
Hey, Doc, how's it going, man?
It's good.
You're an orthopedic surgeon, right?
Chiropractor.
Oh, right on.
And he's a doc.
Well, hey,
come on,
based
come
on
on,
his
doc. Don't do
No.
that. Come on, doc. Get out of your stick.
His fucking collection is so good. Whatever he's doing
a surgeon,
is working.
okay? he's a surgeon, okay?
Yeah.
Aren't you, doc?
General surgeon, chiropractor, all around.
And you will still do house calls, won't you?
Well, I'll always do house calls, but that has nothing to do with being a doctor. If you know what I mean.
Very quickly, $5 super chat from Herman Sows, $5. Hey, Arch, first time saying hello, looking to buy a 5130R. That's the world time. That's actually the large 39.5 mil one, or a 5146G. Which do you recommend? They are both they both are going to hurt. Which? Oh, that's a good question. So that's a 39 mil annual calendar or a 39.5 mil world time. If it was me, I'd go for the world time. I reckon the 5130, that's actually the one the purists don't like so much. They reckon the Guilloche's not as nice. They kind of criticize it, but it's the largest world time Patek ever made. And I really do think it's got huge investment potential. What they hate now always has potential to come back. And you look at things like the Millgauss and Rolex, they were hated. In Patek, they had the television dial type perpetuals. They were very soft. Then they exploded. So I personally would say go for the 5130R. That's rose gold. I reckon that would be that's got some more upside, and I think it's a cooler complication. It's got the 240 movement, which I think is slightly better than the 324 annual calendar movement in the 5146. I prefer the look of the rose gold in a complication. I think the white gold looks better in the plain Calatrava, and I think that's more than $5 worth of advice, Herman. There you go. Bursa $2. Is this guest Gory Goodman, the time teller? No, I don't think you got a channel, have you?
No, I don't. No. Yeah, I wouldn't even attempt it, honestly.
No. Doc,
what's your specialty?
So I actually just finished my intern year in psychiatry. I have a 24-hour call tomorrow, so that's why I'm hopping on tonight. Yeah, 3 more years of training, and then I'm an attending.
You're maybe going to be attending to the pontiff here. He might need a little psychiatry. You never know.
Hey, I would love to. He's doing well, though. Fuck it. I mean, look at 3 Pateks. He's doing fine.
Well, that's exactly it. There, it's look, I'm just taking it slowly. These Pateks, I had dreams of getting one Patek. You know, look, the Pateks I'm going for, they are a bit of a compromise. They're kind of a little bit small in the modern world. You know, I want to
go on the record, though. I want to go on the record because I believe I'm the first to diagnose you with Patek attainment syndrome. And I think that's what you have.
Patek attainment syndrome. Thank you
Yes.
very much. Look, I love them. I love them. I don't even want to wear them. I just want to hoard them and possess them.
Kiss them,
caress them, fondle them, play with their boxes, put my hand into the boxes, just have a fiddle around. That's all I want to do with them.
That's what she said.
Now, Doc, this young guy here, he's into the Tudors. He loves his Tudors. He's thinking he's got 2 ETA-based ones. I don't know whether he should get rid of them. He's got a North Flag and he's got a Black Bay. I think the ETA ones are probably more potential. What do you think?
But I think that I haven't tried on a 58 yet, but I hear good things. About the 58.
He doesn't look like a small guy, but.
No, I'm not. I have the burgundy, Etta burgundy one, not the
smiley face one, Doc. That's a great watch.
Well, I guess the question would be, does the burgundy just seem a little too small for you?
No, it's not that. It's just the faux patina thing. I can't, for 3 Gs, I don't want a thing that's, pretending to be something else. So I just flipped a super compressor. That's 15. If I get rid of the Black Bay, that's 35. That gives me, you know, $5,000 to play with, and I think I could get something pretty cool for that.
Yeah, I think you can. Quickly, Herman Sows, $5. Thanks, thank you. And we got Andrew, $20. I found a Kermit full set, Australian stock, but in below average. Although working condition, will need full service, new bezel insert, crystal. Seller wants around 14.5. Is it worth buying and restoring?
Is that 14 Aussie?
Aussie. That's about 10. What's that? I'll work it out. Maybe it's about 10, I think.
I guess I hear that's a good price.
It's not in fantastic condition. What's he saying?
Yeah, but I mean, I've heard them getting more like 15 now.
Theo and Harris said the Kermit's taking a shit.
Yeah, just over 10, 10-1. Look, I got to be honest with you there. I kind of, I think that's the money. Depends on when you say it's below average. How below average? Is it over polished? Is it damaged, dinted? I mean, the bracelet probably isn't more as important as the head. You can replace the crystal.
Nothing's more important than the head.
Exactly. You know, it's sort of, I mean, you can't put back steel when it's been over polished. I'd want to know what you mean by it's a bit, is there any water damage? That's a very essential thing. You don't want dial damage. Those are all luminova.
And the thing is, a Kermit shouldn't be that old. I mean, there's no way.
Early 90s.
Right. So, I mean, it shouldn't have a dial that's damaged already.
Thomas Burnett, £10. Archie, could we have a shout out to our man on the chat, ID Guy? ID Guy, thank you. What is your opinion on the Cellini Pontiff? Look, I think for Cellini, stay the fuck away. Cellini is poison, okay? And I got to say it again. Stay the fuck away from Cellini. I like the Cellini Prince. Now they've really tanked. That came out about 10 plus years ago. They're now unwanted. The Cellini Moonface, it's a lovely watch. If you want to buy a fucking dress watch, you buy a fucking Patek. Okay? Simple as this. If you want to buy dress watch, you buy the fucking Patek Philippe. You want to buy a sports watch, you buy Rolex. You don't buy some obscure brand. That's what you've got to do. Stick to the genre. Stick to the genre.
And why get a Cellini when you can just get an OP?
Exactly.
Obama has a Cellini.
Obama's got a Cellini.
That should be enough right there to tell you.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
But he was given free stuff. Obama gets free stuff. That's how you meet him. These famous people, same as Clinton.
It's a lot of money laundering.
Well, you get given free stuff. Dodi Fayed used to give out presidents when he liked somebody.
Well, let's just say you do them a favor and they give you something later, and it's called free.
Exactly. It's the best Cellini at all is a free Cellini. I'm open to free Cellinis. Bud Darstad, White Dial Millgauss, goodbye at 5.6. Archie, he's talking US dollars there.
Yes.
That's a good look. There's nothing wrong with the white dial. I think the white dials will bounce back. What's in fashion or out of fashion? Look, sometimes you can have too much of a good thing. Barry Manilow, very hard to come back. Bee Gees, very hard to come back, but it is possible.
Well,
if you're going to go
Bee Gees especially, didn't they pass away except for only one?
Yes. They're getting old. They're getting
very
old.
sad.
Yeah.
If you're going to go Millgauss, though, don't you go the GV just because of how bizarre it is?
The non-GV ones are good buying.
Once they stop making that GV, though, I think it's going to explode. It's just such an odd non-Rolex thing to do for a watch.
Yeah, you could say that a lot of things. You could look at the new Air King and say, geez, they've never done that before. The green and the gold, it's kind of unique. There's so many individual things they've never done before, just becomes too much.
Mm-hmm.
Who really knows? Some do, some don't.
God, they're fucking gorgeous in person, though. The black dial GV one, they are stunning. Stunning in person.
Louis Toledo, $10. Arch Patek 51440J versus a 5170J. So what's he talking about? 5140 is a perpetual calendar. It's a bigger size. And the 5170J is the chronograph manual wind. Look, personally, I got to be honest, that's a fucking good question. Jesus Christ. Both of them are up there. Both of those watches are amazing. A perpetual calendar, J is the yellow gold, so they're both yellow gold. I quite like yellow gold. I love my yellow gold. In complications, what would I do? Fuck, if I had that choice. Fuck, I'd have to go 5170 because they are so legendary. The 5170, it's manual wind Patek chronographs are very special. Column wheel. It's the greatest chronograph available. Okay.
Can I be an annoying fuck for a second?
Sure.
So I've been on the stream for 5 minutes. I'm already giving you a suggestion. Your knowledge of Patek is better than pretty much anyone on YouTube.
Oh, hard to say.
No, I mean it's fucking good, man.
I think that's a safe statement.
So when you're educating us on the Pateks, pulling up a picture would be a huge help because I learned so much from you, but I had to manually.
Yeah, no, that's a fair.
That's the original doc's complaint. I need to see pictures. I can't tell what's going on. It's too Pateks.
I love the Pateks. I just can't afford them, guys.
I have a question though.
Sure.
My question is, how many Pateks would be enough that you just would say that's too many now? I own too many. What would be the number?
Actually, that's a very good question. What is the number? The number of Pateks?
That would be too many for AC to see. The number that AC3 would say, I don't need any more. That's too many.
Yeah. That's a very good question. One more that I currently have, I think, is the answer.
Would you trade all three of your Pateks for a 5960?
Actually, that's an interesting question there. Would I trade all of them for a no. I get quite attached. Look, the problem is this. Let me explain a few problems. Number one is it's very hard. Pateks aren't like Rolex. They're a lot harder. They come up. There's not an ocean full of them, okay? Like I like to buy them at a pretty competitive price. Price is everything for me because I'm a value shopper. So you can't always be so picky. Just a few very quick things here whilst we're on here. Okay, so we're talking about these. A 5140. Here's a 5140 in yellow gold. Classic perpetual calendar. So you see that there? So that's basically just this watch here itself. It tells you, it knows leap years. It's just amazing. Just out of interest, a fun fact. Did you know for all the complications it has, it doesn't have a second hand? Okay, there you go.
What's that about? Seems like it's what's that about? It seems inadequate at this point.
Rich people don't need to know seconds.
Yeah, it's like that Audemars Piguet. They made an Audemars Piguet in the 80s. I think they called it the Executive, and it just had an hour hand.
Well, actually, interestingly enough, the AP 15202, which is the jumbo. That's the tribute to the original jumbo. It doesn't have a second hand either.
This AP, though, I'm talking about, didn't even have a minute's hand. And I love the idea of, fuck you, I don't need to know the exact time because people are going to wait for me.
And here is a 5170. This is the manual wind chronograph. Look at that. It's just a two register chronograph. Amazing piece.
That's
fair
gorgeous.
Point. No, I agree. Sometimes it's hard for me to manage all this stuff because I'm doing super chats. Just out of interest, we're talking about the 5146. 5146. That's the annual calendar. It's basically the annual calendar I'm buying. It's kind of what you'd call the current model of the one I'm getting. Okay, so there you go. It's a 39 mil piece, really nice, beautiful size. And the other watch we were talking about was the 5130. which is the world time, which I got to be honest with you, I think these are a bit of a sleeper because they're not, that people criticize them, the Guilloche. They don't like the Guilloche as much as the 50.
I think the hands are too big.
Yeah, it's hard to say because the big criticism of the previous model was the hands are too small. The hands are too small. So I'll bring up. So my model is a 5110. So it's criticized because they say the hands. That's what. See, they are smaller. See, so you can see they only work on that little disc here.
You can get yourself a Breitling for 1/10 the price, but at least the hands are normal size.
Yeah, it's a tricky one there.
What's the price difference, Arch, between one of these and one of the with the hand painted globe?
Yeah, the hand painted. So that's in the 5130. They are actually that's the Khaleesi dial. It's a 5131, and they're fucking over $100,000 because the dial is so hard to do. It's basically the same watch. It is the same watch. Okay, it's the same. I
dated someone named Clarice. I wonder if she painted dials. I never asked her.
Hey, that's a good point, Doc. Very good point there. But I got
random thoughts.
Random thoughts, Doc. Random thoughts. Keep those random thoughts coming. Okie dokie. I'll just put you up there, and I'm just going to switch. The only reason I don't do that is the super chats. The super chats. Here we go. We've got some super. Oh my God, super chats. Let's have a look here. So Luis Toledo, I'd go for the 5170. The chronograph manual wind any day of the week.
I agree.
Not to criticize the 5140. That's a fucking amazing watch. In fact,
I like the 5170 too, though.
In fact, the Terry Stern is the president, sort of, so to speak, CEO. His father, he actually, that's Philippe Stern. He had the 3940, which is technically kind of the previous version to the 5140. And the 3940, they're 36 mil. The 5140, more up-to-date size. Okay, let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Keep these super chats. ER! $100. Shout out to my mates on here today. Jono, M3AU, and to Archie. ER, I thank you so much. She is a lovely, lovely woman.
Oh, my goodness.
Absolutely adore her. She actually wanted a photo of you, Doc, and you didn't give me the photo. You chickened out. She's a lovely woman. She drives a Maserati, by the way.
Ooh.
Has Doc ever shown his face?
No, I don't know what he looks like. It doesn't matter.
It's probably smart. I probably shouldn't be.
Now, here we go. Sky Dweller.
You can always decide to use an avatar. Don't show your face anymore.
I know.
Sky Dweller, $20. Arch, it's your best friend. Let them know the truth about stainless steel and those big dog. That's my friend from yesterday. Yes, he's the Sky Dweller guy from New Jersey. He's an American hustler. Why buy steel when gold is not much more? Very, very good point. I tend to agree with that. Why buy steel? It's we got one more super chat here. $10. Luis Toledo. Arch, I tried on a pre-owned Patek 3940. It's too small. Why does Tan want it? Okay.
He likes 10 likes he likes the 35 mils.
Look, it's no, it's actually 36 mils. It's not. Look, you've got to understand with Patek, right? Let's get that up. So that's a 3940 because you guys said, hey, bring a picture up. Here we go. It is the quintessential. To be completely honest with you, I completely get the 3940. Let me explain it to you. You guys don't seem to understand.
No.
If you wear big sports watches and you come to 3940, say too small, too small. But if you are a Patek purist, the 3940 is actually more refined and sophisticated than the 5140. It's not
If
about.
you're looking for a dress watch, it's there's a dress watch and there's a sports watch, and they're
This
different
is
sizes.
the greatest pre-millennium watch, really. Seriously, the 3940 is absolutely amazing. Okay, the 3940. Look, why does Tan want one? For starters, they are a lot more attainable than a 5140. 5140 is a big jump up in price, but you look at the history of the 3940, it's probably the most iconic perpetual calendar out there, because you got to remember this is a very much an amazing piece. Absolutely.
What's the difference in size? A couple millimeters?
It's 36, but it's not about the size. What they criticize is on the 5140, the eyes aren't as nicely spaced as the 30. They say the proportions are perfect on the 3940. How the eyes are done. Okay, that's. I'll see if I can get Patek 3940 versus 5140. See if we can get the two up together.
But the 5140 is a couple millimeters larger.
Yes, it is. So see what they're saying. This is the 5140 in the white, right? They're saying the eyes are too cramped. The font is too big. Okay.
Oh well, they left the dial essentially untouched, and they just increased it at the chapter rate.
No. If you look at it, it's actually the size of the font is smaller on the 3940 because it looks very cramped on the 5140. You see?
This is true.
They're criticizing it like they did updates, and they're criticizing it because they're saying the dial looks too cramped, whereas on the 3940 it looks absolutely perfect. The 3940 is technically, it's clever to make it as small as possible because it's fucking hard to make a 36 mil perpetual calendar. Believe that's fucking hard stuff, Doc.
It is strange that they could have left the font exactly the same size and it would have worked fine.
Well, they tried to bring it up to date. They kind of, it's always a tricky thing, but and I tell you, you've got to understand, people who want a 3940, they've wanted one for 30 years. They don't just suddenly want one. This is for people who've lusted after.
But that's probably correct. Like Tan now, Tan's almost 60, right? He's almost 60, so he's probably been looking at this thing for 30 years.
I got to be honest with you. If you gave me a choice, right, I think the 3940 is more beautiful. Just the spacing and the eyes. I'd probably have to go 5140 just because it's fucking bigger and I'm susceptible. But the 3940, I think it's more iconic. It's more classic. It's cheaper. It is cheaper, but I think it's got a lot going for it. It's a highly respected reference. It's a highly respected reference. Highly respected. The former CEO, that's what he used to wear, a 3940. It's just, it's the captain of industry watch. This is before so many great watches were there. In the 80s and 90s, you know, this is kind of where it was at. Does that make sense or not, Doc? It's not about.
I'm going to say that size is relative because, you know, I love my 4-digit, which I did wear Friday because Friday was happy hour, 4-digit Friday.
Yeah.
And it's only 37. And, you know, 37 is kind of small for a chronograph, but it wears larger than that, and it feels fine, and it looks fine, and people like it. Must say. Look,
I gotta tell you, it's you gotta go with what you want. But I tell you the truth, the 3940 is a great. It packs a lot of punch.
I think
it's not about wearing these things. You've got to remember, a lot of these Pateks are very delicate. When you have Patek, you don't have to wear them. You put them in their box, and you just get a glow knowing that you own one.
I think you have to go. You have to go with the one that speaks to you. You're going to know when you see them which one is the one that speaks to you.
Yeah, No, but it's you got to understand the 3940. Someone who wants that has wanted it for 20 years. It's like saying, okay, I want a 911. I want a 911. Okay, which one did you really lust after? Well, I want the shovel nose one.
True.
And nothing else is a shovel nose beside. So that's kind of the reason there.
Well, like my favorite would be a 993, even though the 964 you posted is a very nice 911, but it's not a 993.
Exactly. That was a great gag, that. Sorry, I missed a super chat. Bursa, $2. Grand Seiko versus Rolex for attracting Japanese bitches. I got to tell you, I know this from experience. I got to tell you, the Japanese are incredibly racist and nationalistic.
Yes.
And their immigration policies, they don't take anybody.
And
they're going to respect that Rolex. They're going to respect that Rolex. I was in Tokyo. They're going to respect that Rolex.
They do love Rolex, but they do love Grand Seiko. And it actually worked. I was dating a Japanese girl, and I had a Japanese car, and she really liked it. It reminded her of her, I don't know if I should say this. It reminded her of her father, how her father kept his Toyota Camry so clean. It reminded.
Okay, but then I was dating someone that was Japanese who loved my Porsche.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've never actually owned a Porsche to have tested that, but I will take your word for it, Doc.
I'm just saying that they might like the Japanese car, but you give them a good alternative, and they'll like that too.
Mind you, I would love, one of my dream cars is the Honda NSX.
No sex, you like that, huh?
We're talking the original one. When they came out, they made Ferrari make reliable cars. They really gave it to them.
Well, they made everybody make reliable cars at that point.
Bud Dastard, $2. What about the 5167A? Can it be worn every weekend? Okay, so we're talking about the Aquanaut. The Aquanaut, can it be worn every weekend? Look, you got to understand, these are delicate watches, guys. These are delicate. I mean,
if you're a couch potato all weekend, you can probably do it.
It depends what you're doing. You know, it's like, I mean, I wouldn't use any watch for doing really heavy stuff because they're expensive. 5167. Let's bring it up here. It's classic Aquanaut 3-hander. That actually, believe it or not, that actually uses, Paul McCartney has one. That's right. So cool. He wears an Aquanaut. Soros wears one. Yeah. Cool. I got to tell you, it uses the same movement that is actually in my 5296. It uses the same movement, guys. Did you know that? So, they're very cool. I personally think the Aquanaut, you can certainly wear that you just got to be careful. Any Patek you've got to be careful with. The Aquanaut, I actually prefer the Aquanaut to the Nautilus now. I'm starting to, the Nautilus is just people look up to it too much, so I don't want it. I don't want things that I want things that they don't look up to, okay?
I'm with you on that. I love the Aquanaut. The one that came out with this year, that looks like a grenade with that dark green dial, I think is amazing.
Oh, yes, that's in white gold. That is absolutely beautiful. I love the grenade. Yes. They'll only sell you, they used to be able to, you could buy any color strap from Patek, but they now will only sell that green strap to people who have the grenade. And that's in white gold. Peter C, $2. 16610 Rolex late 90s, so that's a Submariner date steel, is 6.5 good USD, good deal. Depends on the condition. I don't think it's a bad price. I would like it to be nice, usable condition. That's what you got to pay. At least you've got to pay that. At least, just out of interest, you may find a 16800. That's the transitional one, a bit cheaper. They seem to be a bit cheaper, and they only stopped making the transitional ones in the late 80s. So if you want a vintage flavor, that could be something where if price is important to you, that could be a good way to go. Watch Lounge, $2. How much to bring Clive on? I send him an invite. Clive, jump on if you want to come on. It's up to him. No one. He gets the invite. He's welcome on. I haven't barred him. He's welcome on by all means. So I got to tell you guys, the thing about these wrist watches is, it's like, Doc, you've got your Daytona. I don't think your 4-digit Daytona, I'd treat that any differently to a Patek. You look after it. You be careful with it, don't you? Hello, Doc? Hello? We don't seem to have any sound there with Doc. Okay.
No. You know, I tried on a Nautilus, and I was shocked by how fragile it felt on the wrist. I thought that it could be something you could daily, but I don't think you could.
No, I don't think you could either. Even the Aquanaut, it's on rubber, but it is soft steel. It's not Rolex steel. You got to remember that. It's not the way they've designed it. It is a delicate watch. But I got to tell you, man, I love Tudors as an everyday. Mr. Nobody, $2 Arch. Please share your thoughts on the 3970. 3970 is a manual wound. It's a perpetual calendar chronograph. So you had the three. I'll just bring it up on the screen for you guys there. You had the 3940, which is the perpetual calendar. Well, the Dream Watch at the time. So let's bring that up. So firstly, 3940, that's the perpetual calendar. So what do? We add another layer of complication. We make a 3970, which is a perpetual calendar chronograph. I've actually reviewed one of these on my channel. That is considered it's 36 millers as well. That is considered one of the greatest watches of all time. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Plus the benefit is you won't get a rooted rota.
No, it's
a rooted rota.
No rooted rota. Believe you me, there's enough to fuck up on that watch there. It's an amazing timepiece, a chronograph. So you got two major complications. They are, the model after this is a 5970, which is like a 40 mil. So this is 36 mil still, so 40 mil. Look, it depends which one. Some people have criticized the 3970, saying it's a bit small, but Patek will never make one this small again. The fashion has changed. It's not going to go to 30. So the complexity to make a 36 mil perpetual calendar. Now, interesting enough, we were talking ETA movements before.
Mm-hmm.
These use a Novell Lemania. These use Lemania movements.
Is Lemania still around?
Lemania is owned. It's owned by the Swatch. It's part of Breguet. It's in Breguet. It's part of Omega, that group.
Now the 5970 you mentioned, that's the one that has the power indicator, the plus minus power indicator, right? Or am I wrong?
No. I'll just bring that up. Sorry. So let's bring up a 5970. It's basically the same as this, except that there's no power indicator. It's a perpetual calendar chronograph as well. You're thinking of the 5146, which was an annual calendar.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking of. Yep, I love that.
Which is a significantly, it's not in this stratosphere. So it's got the power indicator at the 12. It's not in the same league. A 5146 is not in the same league as a 5970.
What's the price difference between that 5146 and the one you're getting, the 5035?
Yeah, that's a good question. Look, the 5146 is actually it's a current model. Okay, it's a current model. They sell I think in the 40s US, right?
God, that's fucking hot.
Yeah, so in my country they're in the mid 50s, Australian dollars, mid 50s, whereas my one I'm actually paying low 20s. Australian. But you got to remember, it's like my world time. The current world time is 60 in Australia or Canada it's about just over $60,000. Okay, which is about 50,000 US. I'm just trying to do the math in my head. Math was never my strong point.
And that's
However,
not the one with the enamel dial either, though. That's just
no.
Right.
Enamel dial is over 100. That's
right.
No. It's a different animal. So the current world time is what they call a 5230. Okay, and the 552. Let's bring that up. Let's bring it up. Let's bring it up. People want to see it. Let's bring her up. Let's bring her up. We'll bring her up. So the 5. It's a 5230. This is the current. Sorry, 55252 is the current one. We want the current one. 5230. So what they've done is it doesn't have the crown guards here. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the current model. Okay, this is the current world time, which they've. I think it's really nice. It's a beautiful watch. If someone gave me one, I would fucking. So that's the 5130. The model before that
is yours, right?
No. The model before this here, let's get this baby up. Come on, baby. 5130 is the 30. It's the 39 mil one. It's the 39 mil one. And mine is before that again. See?
Oh, right. Because Federico was shitting on you.
Yeah, because he said
yeah.
it's actually nobody wants it. It's too small. It was just the cheap one. Nobody wants them.
And that's bullshit because the Ben Clymer and all those other guys from Hodinkee, they're pushing 36 mil dress watches really hard now.
Look. Federico really hates my guts. It's a long story. What happened was...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
What happened was I went on... Federico paid for me to go to Thailand. He wanted to rip some of my friends off. Okay?
Okay.
He basically asked me, do I know any rich people in Thailand? I said, sure. Federico stayed at a fancy hotel, and he said that he could get watches at a cheap price, but you need to pay 6 to 12 weeks in advance.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't get an invoice from Richmond. We got an invoice from Federico's brother's $2 holding company. And all these rich people said, we can smell a scam. Fat American staying in expensive hotel doesn't give us confidence. That's what they said to me behind closed doors. Anyhow, what happened was my good friend John Suckerhorn took offense when Federico decided to team up with the Rodent one.
Of course.
And then John just exploded. John's a really angry fucker when he gets angry.
Mm-hmm.
And then Federico said to me, tell him to calm down. And I said, I can't control him.
Do you know how you can tell when John Suckerhorn's really angry? He stopped smoking.
Ha, 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 ha. Anyhow, what happened then with Federico, then he hated my guts because John started releasing videos. I had some secret recordings because Federico tried to blackmail me at one stage. He threatened. This was serious because I went on tour. He threatened to tell my wife at the time that I was having I was having some entertainment in Bangkok. He threatened to tell, and I just made a whole lot of videos about it. I thought if everything's going to collapse. Subsequently, I got divorced anyhow, so that doesn't matter. But
how were you to know that a soapy massage was improper for a married man? It sounds like a cleansing experience, just a cleansing experience. And for you, a happy ending is a piece of cheesecake.
That's exactly it. So he threatened, and it just got out of hand. And interestingly enough, one of the largest scandals out of the whole affair was that I rang him because I still wanted to stay friends with him, and I couldn't hear this at the time, but in the recording, you could hear Rodent One prompting him what to
say. And now Rodent One ditched him too, right?
Of course. Right. Hence the name Rodent One. Yes, of course, he ditched him and Theo and Harris.
I swear to God, I think anthropologists in the future will study the watch community of the early, 21st century. It's fucking hysterical.
Well, that's
the drama over pieces of jewelry.
That's the story. So Hey, it's all okay. I've actually tried to patch up the relationship with Fed, but he will not take my call, won't talk to me, won't respond. What am I supposed to do if he won't respond?
You did get a couple of shirts out of the deal.
He has criticized a number of my watches. When I had the Explorer 1, it was the wrong one. That's never going to be collectible. Nah, I wouldn't. You know, remember that? Because I had the Mark 1, the 39mm Explorer 1, the 214-270 Mark 1. It'll never be the wanted one because I owned it. He's also, I'm waiting for him to criticize the Daytona and the Pateks, the next Patek. He's gonna say something. I can just feel it. I'm looking forward to it, Fed.
You know, I was watching a Federico video on YouTube, but it was projected to my TV, and my wife walks past and she said, "Ew, who is that?" And I think that's just a perfect microcosm of Federico. Ew, who is that?
Look, I don't understand Fed. You know, he told me a lot of things in confidence. I mean, I don't want to be rude, but, you know, I kind of said to him, he's kind of a bit of a liar. Like he said to me that Omega Speedmaster, he told me he found it on a bus. Okay. He swore blue. He had a GMT, what's it, a Pepsi. He told me he bought it from Kenny Nguyen from Jewelers on Time. When I rang Kenny Nguyen, they'd never heard of him. He kind of tells porkies, which I don't quite know why, but he seems to be, look, from all accounts, he seems to be doing okay, and good luck to him. Good luck to him. He's doing okay. I got nothing against him. I honestly, I got nothing really against the against Federico. I got nothing against him. I think the sucker horn was very, very protective of me, and that's kind of why Federico is the way he is. But Federico is a bit slimy too. Don't forget that he is a slimy fucker, and you know, I mean, I don't mind that. I kind of like him. I kind of like him still. I mean,
didn't he go on those sugar daddy websites with an apartment that wasn't his?
Oh, yes,
allegedly.
Yes, I can tell you that because he told me this in confidence. And it's because it's only me and you on this live stream, I'll just tell you, no one's watching. He told me that in New York, he used to deliberately lend a friend's apartment who he was looking after whilst they were away. So he was house sitting. He'd hook up with these women and say, well, let's just have a meal. And, yes, come to my place. He'd fuck their brains out. He'd fuck their brains out, and then he'd never contact them again.
That's fucking slimy. Come on. It's funny, but good slimy.
Some of these bitches deserve it. Some of these bitches on the sugar daddy side.
Gross.
I kind of, it's okay. But, no, Fed, I tell you, Fed, if you be friends with me, I'll keep my mouth shut. If you keep ignoring me, I'll just keep spilling the dirt, Fed. So I'll leave it in Fed's court to come back. I got more dirt. There's a stolen diamond. There's a whole lot of things, Fed. So most of it's taped, Fed, by the way. So you sue me, I got the proof, fucker. So you're only guilty if you've lost the recording, Fed. Okay, back to normal transmission. That's my mania. That's my mania coming out.
Regularly scheduled programming suggests you should read the super chat.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. We've got a few super chats. Sorry, I'm just going back. No one is going to miss out. So don't worry about that there. Here we go. Okay, we did the one on the let's go back. The 3970, absolutely amazing. Dream watch, if only. For me, the dream grail end of life watch is a 5170 or a 5070. 3970, that's Fantasyland. Jesus would wear one of those. I don't think I'd ever could afford it. Sorry, that's just my honesty. Mr. DB Cooper 456, $2. Is a 16610. That's a steel sub date. 1996 Rolex sub, a good deal for 6K. Yes,
Yes.
cool. That's a great price. Obviously, it depends on condition. Is a box papers. You haven't given me much information, but even if it doesn't have box and papers, a 16610, as long as it's in reasonable condition, I reckon that's a bargain. That's bargain. That's below market. Louis Toledo, $5. Arch, where can we expect vids on one greatest watch at a time with voice over Allah 2013 Archie? Yep. Louis, that was a good bygone era. Yes, I remember those. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much there. We got Louis Toledo again, $5. Arch, we need another series of what your watch says about you. Your channel needs to get a bit more mean and nasty. Look, I don't do these videos fake. I do them when I feel like the topic. I don't just make it because it's, you know, I think you can wreck a good series by trying to commercialize it too much. So, yep, that could be happening. M T-Bone, $2. 116520. We're talking Daytonas, okay? 116500, 116509. What's the better value now? Look, I got to tell you. So we're talking. What are we talking here? This 116500. That's the steel Daytona ceramic. The 116520. That's the Rolex. That's the Rolex movement pre-ceramic. And the 116509, that is the white gold. Personally, I'd go white gold, man. What do you reckon? Marky, you chip in. What do you think, Mark?
What were our choices again?
We got a ceramic Daytona, a pre-ceramic steel Daytona, or we've got a white gold Rolex movement Daytona.
Well, naturally, if you can get white gold, you go for that. But that ceramic Daytona right now, that Panda, is crazy expensive. So that's probably, that's probably your biggest differential between retail and resale.
I reckon the best value is the white gold. White gold is amazing. Absolutely, that's a luxury. Why would you buy the steel when you can get the white gold? Louis Toledo, $5. Arch, is it me or is the bezel on the 5110 more rounded than the later model? I think it's the same. The 5035's got a concave. That's the annual calendar. It actually goes inwards. It's a reverse kind of bezel. I think it's just kind of just the angle, because all they did on the when they made it bigger was increase the proportions. Thomas Burnett, £10. Respect us to Clive and Crappy for keeping the after party going last night. Thank you very, very much there. That's really cool. Tanzeel the man. We got $5 coming in. AC3, considering a 991.1 or 991.2, tell me which one to buy and why Mark should get into Porsche again. Hello, Mark.
I've got a Ford Explorer.
Yeah, I don't know why you did that. I honestly don't understand.
So I would have more free funds available for Rolex. Here's the ironic thing. If you get a white gold Daytona, you'd be better off telling everybody it was steel.
Mm-hmm. So just to clarify this, the 991.1, the 991.2, that came out in 2011, I think. The 991.1, there's actually a great video on YouTube about this. I can't remember my Porsche references, but I got to tell you, man, I would fucking love a Cayman. I would love a Cayman. I think a Cayman would be cool. In my country, Porsche is fucking ridiculous. Okay, Porsche is fucking ridiculous. It's super, super, super expensive.
They tax you.
What are you going to get, Rich? What are you going to get? My advice to you, Rich? Hello? Doc?
Oh, me? Yeah, it's Ron.
What was your name?
It doesn't matter, Ron.
I can remember Patek references. I can't remember people's names.
It's fine.
What was your name? Ron.
Ron, yeah.
Sorry. Look, if my advice to you, get a Corolla. Okay.
Oh,
purple one. Or pink.
Yeah, get a Corolla because they're not going to offend anyone. They're reliable. You'll get 20 years out of a Corolla. My uncle's a doctor. He got a Corolla in 1984, a baby poo cream Corolla, and he had it for 20 years. Get a Corolla and put
I've been
all
looking
your
at the
money.
Ford Explorers, man.
Sorry?
I love the Ford Explorer.
Yeah, but you don't understand. They're $50,000 for a fully loaded one.
55.
They shit the bed with used though. You can
Look,
get them for around 20 used with decent mileage.
Listen to me. If you like the Ford Exploder, you buy an FJ, Land Cruiser FJ.
Yeah, those are fantastic.
Okay, they last. They're like a Ford Exploder, but they last. Okay,
yeah, those are
Ford
gorgeous.
Garbage. Yeah. Okay, Ford is garbage. But for you want to put money into watches. Just get a Corolla and fucking put every cent you can into watches. In 10 years' time, you have a kick-ass collection.
Yeah, I'm not into cars as much, for sure.
No, exactly. Mark, you got to get a Porsche again, Mark. Sorry, man. I'm just saying to you, man. It's just Mark Goldberg $1 and Mark Goldberg $1.
There goes the Porsche one.
Versa $5. Would you rather have a 500,000 Richard Mille or 100,000 Patek if you could never sell? I got to be honest with you. The Richard Mille themselves, I love them. I'm not cool enough to wear Richard Mille. I've been told this. I am not cool enough for the brand. I honestly, $100,000 Patek, and you could get a 5140 for that sort of money, or a 5960. That'd be fine. That'd do me forever. That would do me done and dusted. I don't need a five. The Richard Mille doesn't really mean that much to me. Sorry. I'm sorry. It's not about the money. It's what I like.
Yeah, it does nothing for me. Do you watch that?
It's not the passion.
And you know what the servicing on a Richard Mille is, by the way? It's like owning a fucking McLaren.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's one and done. You know, it's a case of what would you rather. You know, what watch? What if you had that $100,000 Patek?
Yes.
Would you like to be buried in it?
No, I don't want it to get wasted or damaged or hurt. What I am going to have is I've planned my funeral. Okay. It's funny we're talking about this. This is a bit of a morbid topic, but I've been planning my funeral on my coffin, which I want the cardboard with the veneer on it. Okay?
Wait a minute. Aren't you going with a Steinway grand piano box? Isn't that the goal?
What I want to do is listen to this, right?
The Costco box, really?
I'm going to have my Pateks on top of the coffin at the service, because they are my lifetime achievement awards. 4 or 5 Pateks on the box.
As though they were like from your army service, right?
Exactly. These are my Pateks.
Yeah.
And they can admire the Pateks before they put the box in the ground. Does that make sense?
I think if you buried yourself with those Pateks, I think the kids would be digging you straight up anyway.
I really love them. I think that is the meaning of life for me. I don't care about owning a house. You're
not talking about the children, right? You're not talking about the children, right?
People are different to material goods, okay? But possessions, I don't need to have fancy wancy house. The car, I'm happy to run the Honda into the ground. I put all my money into watches. That's it.
You don't like cheap shoes, though.
No.
Hey, it looks like you have a spring bar tool there.
Yeah, this is the sticks, the skewers, the skewers there.
These are the strap changers. That is exclusively what we use to change straps with.
It was mainly for Patek, but because they're precious metal, I got to tell you, man, I'm all gearing up. I'm flying down to Melbourne to pick up the annual. Cody Coughlin, $1. Thank you, Cody.
You're going to be seeing the sucker horn?
No, it's very quick fly. I possibly, but it's very quick in and out. I got to go to Sydney, drop off. I got to drop off the bluesy.
I heard you're always very quick with the in and out.
Sydney Watch Exchange. They're going to be selling it. Tanzil, $5. Navi Timer versus Super Ocean Heritage 2. Both are not great on resale value. Yes. One watch from the Breitling. Has the Navitimer dropped out of our top 10? I got to be honest with you. What Breitling did to Sin. Sin bought the rights to Navitimer when Breitling went bankrupt, and then Breitling fucked him up the ass. Okay, that's what happened. Okay,
sounds like date night. Hey, Keslowitz has made a $2 super chat, which we missed. It says, would you rather take a Rolex day date or a Patek Philippe 5205G?
Take a, what Rolex was it again?
Day date, President.
5205G. That, for anyone who's listening, that's an annual calendar. That's one of their latest annual calendars, which is absolutely to die for. I think it's the most beautiful. Actually, completely honest with you, that is I'll bring it up on the screen. It is the most beautiful annual calendar they've ever made. And I find that hard to say because I thought the 5396 was perfect. It's a 5205. Let's bring it up. Now tell me, is that not
Clive? Why is Clive in the peanut gallery instead of on?
I sent him the link. He doesn't want to come on.
But he's commenting. He's got plenty of time to comment in the comments. His latest comment says Archie's funeral should feature a barbecue. Actually, it should be a barbecue.
Yep. Yes. That could be a good idea. What do you think? 5205.
Slow cook Minotaur. Oh, that's pretty.
Absolutely amazing. Now, I got to tell you, my previous favorite annual calendar.
Does it have tritium tubes?
Was the 5396. That's what I really loved.
Now the other one's better.
You reckon? It's more modern. More modern. I knew you'd say that.
I like that one better.
Yeah, I do too. I got to tell you, as much as I don't want to admit it, you're fucking right. It's fucking gorgeous. It's a relatively new release, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. I would love one of those, okay? I would love one. I would love to go into Patek one time instead of buying 10-year-old, 20-year-old Pateks that are.
Would you give us a kidney for that watch?
I'd lose a small finger or a small toe.
Well, how about a kidney?
I might need it.
Well, you might, but you don't know that for sure. You have two of them.
No, I wouldn't give up a kidney. It'd have to be a 5140 for a kidney.
5140 for a kidney.
Yeah, of course. No problems.
Do you know that if we take a lobe of your liver, it will regenerate?
Does it?
True.
Yeah. So we could actually take a look.
It doesn't go back fully, but there are consequences from doing this. You do realize
all major surgeries have their risks, but where it's Patek Philippe we're talking about here.
Yes. Yes. I got to be honest with you. Clive was going to get a 5960.
My favorite Patek of all time. The blue dial and the red hands. It's fucking incredible.
Pull the trigger.
What color dial was he going to get?
Any super chats? No. Okay, just very quickly, as far as the Tanzeal goes there, one watch from the Breitling brand has the Navitimer dropped. Yes, I got angry because they fucked Sin. They really, really fucked over Sin. Okay? They really fucked him over. So I think that's kind of wrong. The 5960. Now, Clive says the reason he didn't do it is it wasn't the version he wanted.
The blue dial's the way to go with that one.
Just very quickly, I'm just going to show this one up on the screen here.
While you're looking at
590. Clive's was actually a white dial. He was looking at that. That's what he was looking at, which is fucking hell. How could you not love that? He said he didn't love that. Oops, sorry. I'll just bring it up.
You really got to love a $40,000 watch before it would have required him to cash in a few chips.
So what?
My Instagram, a couple of people asking for my Instagram, Chicago_dog_trainer. My Instagram. That is a beautiful thing.
Very quickly, we've got another super chat's come in there from Tanzeal, the man. $5. Archie, describe what driving a Maserati Ghibli says about a famous watch YouTube celebrity. I got to be honest with you. I don't think I'm sorry. Okay, I'm a bit of a car person. Don't take this the wrong way. The Ghibli It's not a real Maserati. It uses Dodge switchgear. Okay, it's got an engine. See, to me, Maserati was the ultimate in Italian luxury. Quattroporte. That's what you got to get. Quattroporte, the Grand Sport, MC Shift. That's what you want to get. MC12. That's a Maserati. The Ghibli, I got to be completely honest with you, it's not the one they want. It was undersized, out of proportion. It's the cheap one. It's not the one to have.
By the way, the Pontiff on Instagram is ArchieLuxury88. This is not the quick wristwatch check, but what do you think of this one?
Love a marathon.
Yeah.
I'm the master of the sub-1,000 shit market. I love it.
Nice things. Can I ask you that?
Well, I'm wearing this one.
Okay, good.
I'd get the fucking marathon over a Seiko.
I got a fondness for this one too, though. But you know,
I got a fondness for dog shit, but I don't put it in my lounge room, do I?
But you do drive it.
If you were going to spend money on a diver though for less than a G, wouldn't you go marathon over a Seiko?
Can't be done. There's nothing under $1,000. Keep saving.
Rob a bank, cash in credit cards, steal your children's college fund. There's so many options. Sell the ladies' shoe collection that you keep in a curio cabinet right by your bed. Start buying cheap lubricant. Quit drinking coffee. Use your tea bags 3 times. Take 2-ply toilet paper, rip it apart so that you actually get 2 rolls out of 1. Or better yet, Paul, Archie, have you installed the Thailand butt gun in your bathroom yet?
No, I got to do that.
Yes, because you would never use toilet paper again. Do you know how much money you would save? Do you know how much toilet paper?
How do you dry afterwards? Otherwise, you get some horrible residue.
You only need about 4 sheets. You only need 4 sheets to blot, and then you take a hand towel.
You just blot.
You just blot. There's no smearing.
You just
no
blot.
wiping, no smearing. A little blotting. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir. We'll rectify that.
Rectify. I mean, your toilet paper bills alone have got to be causing the city of Brisbane a certain amount of solid waste damage that could not possibly be rectified. Look, you owe it to the ecology of our world. Save the world for future children. Just saying. Anyway, this is how you could save money, to upgrade from this to this. But Ron, I'm with you. This is a fun watch. It's a fun thing.
So much cooler and so much more masculine than a Seiko. I fucking love it.
Can I ask you guys something really personal?
Well,
6
sure.
inches.
Okay. If I don't, I need to get the money for my annual calendar, okay?
From or for?
No, I got to pay for it, okay? So I'm cashing in the Speedy. Sorry, cashing in the Bluesy tomorrow on Wednesday. I could ask my dad for a $2,000 loan so I could keep the Tudor. Would that be wrong?
Get rid of the Tudor.
Dump the Tudor.
What?
Dump it.
You don't want the Tudor anyway.
Why?
Well, because you're never going to wear it. You wouldn't even take the garbage out in a Tudor.
I love the Tudor. What's wrong with the Tudor?
I have the same one. I like it very much. You didn't give me credit when you bought it, but I had rebought mine right prior to you.
You've got the ETA or the in-house?
The ETA, my friend.
See, I got the in-house to be different.
Yes, but I've got the little smiley face, and you've got that unhappy.
I got the frown.
Yeah.
That's most of the bitches I go out with. They got the frown. What do you want?
I would get rid of that. Listen, you are going to get rid of that Tudor eventually. You may love it, but you
much.
You love it like you'd love a flat-chested woman. You'll trade her in at the first opportunity.
As long as it's real, not enhanced.
You would rather have it
genuine.
Yeah. Mm.
I got to tell you guys, it's I love my look. To get to that question there, the Maserati. Look, it's not a real one. It uses a lot of Dodge. Look, so you see the review. If you don't believe me, by the way, Fatso, if you don't believe me, go and see the Doug DeMiro review on the Ghibli. Okay, it uses the same switchgear as a Jeep. Okay, Jeep Compass, same switchgear as a Jeep Compass, which ain't a good thing. Okay, it's not a good thing. So,
did you miss a super chat from Tanzil?
Oh, that was the one. Oh, here we go. Yes, we did. $5 from Tanzeel. Ronald McDonald Summers, as it is your first time on the channel, please show your wristwatch check, but do the famous AC3 hand on the chest grimace pose.
Can you demonstrate that for me?
Yes, of course I can demonstrate that for you. So basically, guys, you've got to put it around like that. It's
okay.
So you can read the time. So it's not.
Listen, Ron, do your best to look like you have cerebral palsy, and you'll be fine.
Oh, perfect. Here's what I'm rocking. My favorite shitter under $1,000.
Is that a Jean Richard? What is that?
It's a Jean Richard Terrascope. So the horrible bezel that they had on the divers and the
I have one.
GMT.
Yeah.
This has a beautiful brushed, just immobile bezel. For less than $1,000, you're getting basically a Gerard Perregaux. Yeah. If you spend less than a G, you can get your money back on eBay in 10 seconds. If you're broke, this is a fantastic watch. I would not get a Seiko diver or anything like that. That is the way to go if you have less than a G. I know the shitters.
No worries at all. Okay, then. Well, look, guys, that's look. We'll just keep the show going for a little bit longer there. But I got to tell you, man, that's a great show. I actually look. Clive didn't come on. I didn't want to force him on if he doesn't. Occasionally, he wants a break. But it was great dynamics, Ron. We really enjoyed having you here.
Hopefully, this wasn't like a loudmouth Tim appearance.
Actually, I enjoy the loudmouth. Let's not criticize the loud.
All right.
He's a cool guy. He is very cool. I like him. He's cool. Here we go. Tanzeel, $5. Jean Richard, what next? Gin promoting Justin Trudeau. Fuck me dead, Arch. It's all gone. Discount Vietnamese pear-shaped tonight.
You know what? This, by the way, Tanzeel, this is a Canadian watch. It's a Canadian watch, you hoser. Now, speaking of Canada, the Canadians are coming for the Cardinal Conclave in Chicago, July 19 and 20. Now, we haven't set the parameters, but if you will be in the Chicago area, any of you good viewers in the Peanut Gallery, we're going to have a viewer meet and greet. It'll likely be the night of the 20th, whatever that Saturday night is, and we will announce a location and a bar where you can buy us drinks or we can buy you drinks, and we'll be happy to sign your tits if you're a woman, and we'll be happy to use some kind of like sharp instrument to engrave the back of your watch if you're a man. So whatever you got, stay tuned. The Cardinals will be announcing a meet and greet for you good viewers of the Archie Luxury program.
Very, very cool there, guys. So, look, guys, let's wrap this one up. I want to thank you for coming on. It's been a good show. We had a great yesterday. Today, we had some fantastic sponsors as well. Look, I do these shows consistently. Sometimes they're up, sometimes they're down. Just take the good with the bad. We've had a very, very good period at the moment.
Wait, you mean there's good ones?
Well, yesterday we had fantastic super chats in.
Wow.
But look,
I thought you meant the creativity, the heart, the spirit of it.
We did. Woody, you might just stay on a little bit longer whilst the money's coming in. If
well, there's money.
Woody, New Yorker, $2. AC, how did you like the Sofa Boy vid I sent you? Yes, I saw that, Woody. Look, I don't hate the Sofa Boy. I just think he's buying views. This is the whole thing. By the way, too, the big argument I have with the Federico is that he buys views. He tried to tell me to do it, and I said, I don't want to cheat. He said, prove it. He said to me, prove that he's buying views. And I said, come on, man, let's not fucking bullshit each other. If you want proof that Federico is buying views, how come JP doesn't rate very well when Fed rates very well? And JP is actually quite more interesting and more attractive than Federico ever was. Herman Sows, $5. Great show. Thank you, Herman. Very, very much appreciated indeed. So, I mean, this is the whole thing. If you want proof that someone's buying view, just look at the numbers. You don't buy views, Mark. And why don't you rate as well as Rodent 2? Tell me that.
I don't have an English accent.
Paul Thorpe's back. He doesn't buy views.
No, but he has an English accent. He gets lots of views.
Yeah, he's okay. I'm pleased he's back. He's quite.
He's very much a gentleman. Oh, I'm getting a call from Dr. Bruce. Let me see what's up. Brucey, Dr. Bruce, you're live on the air.
Oh, I thought you guys had stopped.
No, we're still going. Why aren't you on?
I don't have a reliable way to get on there.
Of course not. You're only a chiropractor. I thought maybe it was because you don't like ArchieLuxury anymore.
Well, we don't want to talk about that, but let's just say if I really, really wanted to get on, I guess I could. Probably. Maybe.
Hey, we got a few super chats coming through there, guys. Juco Teed. How long before the rodent gets booted from his new overlords? I think they've already bought in. It's no booting at all. He will be staying.
It's all over.
Because he spent the money he got from the sale on the day date.
He cannot back the truck up.
Woody New Yorker, $2. Mark buys views too by putting Rolex in the titles. No, that's called clickbait. And I do that too. Versa, $2. TGV versus Fed. Who kissed your ass the most? Oh!
Well, TGV bought you books, but Fed bought you actual clothing.
Yeah, actually, I reckon it was TGV was kissing my ass more. And you can ask Andy Hunter from the Adrikos channel about that because he's the one who was passing on the kisses. Okay,
and you can get proof of this if you super chat $5 for certain emails.
That's exactly right.
Right.
Tanzil, $10. Jin will be giving away a Rodent 3 starter pack at the Conclave in Chicago. Vietnamese strap, B&J, Jin stickers, and a discount on your first 100 Chinese sub purchase. There you go. It's all happening, guys. Guys, I want to thank you guys for coming on. This has been a great show. We're going to end it now. I want to say thanks.
Thank you so much for having me, man.
Man, that's cool. You come on anytime, Ron. Just come on, man.
Thanks, man.
Come on with chat watchers, and it's a different dynamic. Look, I got to tell you, Clive's shows are great fun, but sometimes it's nice to do a bit of a change, and it's all cool, man. Just work with me, not against us.
Of course.
That's what we want to do. Okay, guys, until next time, ciao, fuckers.
Peace.
That's not a bad show, guys.